Good evening, everyone, and welcome along to the RWA Productions Sunderland channel. And tonight we are joined by a host of different championship clubs. We've got Coventry fans on, we've got Blackburn fans on, you name it. We're joined by our first fan, and he's from Sky Blues Fans TV, Coventry, and it's Miles Cannon. Good evening, Miles.
Good evening, Bradley. How are you?
Good evening, man. Not bad, thank you. How's yourself?
I was all right until this show. I've been trying to keep calm all day, and I'm coming on here. I'll tell you, I'm more nervous now than I am when we do our show, and I've got less than 11 hours till I wake up to get off to Middlesbrough tomorrow. So I'm absolutely quaking in my boots.
Yeah. So obviously, you've got Middlesbrough tomorrow. So it's Middlesbrough versus Coventry tomorrow, your game. Obviously, you're travelling up there to the Riverside Stadium. Really good stadium, actually, that is. How are you travelling up? Are you travelling up by coach? Are you taking your car up? How are you travelling?
Yep. So all the away games I travel with the Sky Blue Tavern, which is our own pub, which one of our sponsors, Dow Dillon's, Dillon's Brewery and Sky Blue Tavern sponsor our channel, and we travel up on their coach, and we do it every away game. So we're setting off at 8:30 in the morning. So I live about 20 miles from where I get the coach, so I have to get up a little bit earlier than someone else. Head over to the tavern. We get a free breakfast and a pint at the Sky Blue Tavern, and we'll head off on the old coach. And we're all in fancy dress tomorrow, so we're all wearing King outfits, and we've all got our new owner's masks face of Doug King. So we're all dressing up as kings, and we're all going to wear a Doug King mask, celebrating our new owners who's taken over our wonderful football club after 20 odd years with a rubbish owner. We've finally got a fantastic owner that absolutely loves the fans, and we love him.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, Middlesbrough versus Coventry. How do you see this planning out tomorrow, Miles? How do you see it planning out? Do you think you're starting on the front foot, or do you think Middlesbrough will get behind the ball? What do you think will happen?
Well, I just hope we just get a draw. We just need a draw. We're punching above our weight. We've got the fourth lowest budget in the league. We've got one of the smallest squads. We've only got 21 players in our team, and a lot of teams have got over 31. So for us, we've achieved wonders this season. And going into tomorrow's game, I think that Middlesbrough, fingers crossed, Middlesbrough will rest a couple of players because they're not going to want to get anyone injured before the semi-finals. So I'm hoping that we're going to go all out for a win, but I just think a draw is good enough for us tomorrow. I don't think we need to go out for the win, although you should go out for the win. But tomorrow it's going to be very nervy. As I say, I'm already nervous now, and I was all right all day until it come to this time of the evening. But yeah, it could be a mixed emotions tomorrow. To be honest with you, Bradley. I mean, with Coventry City, we've only lost once away from home since February the 8th. So, and that was against West Brom. So we've lost one game in 16. The last defeat was at home against Stoke 4-0 after the international break, which no one's seen coming. So we are the team that's in form at the moment, and we are sort of, as I say, pushing above our weight, really, to be honest with you, mate.
Yeah, obviously before Christmas you were like near the bottom of the league, weren't you? Kind of. And it's some achievement to get from God knows 22nd to 6th in the league, 5th in the league, somewhere like that in a space of 4 months. How did that happen? Really, I didn't even watch Coventry's games. How on earth did that happen?
Well, it's all down to the defence, really. I mean, we've had an injury-prone season. You wouldn't believe how many injuries we've had. It's just been absolutely ridiculous. Start of the season, we didn't have a pitch, if you remember. So, we had to sell Dom Hoyam to Blackburn, and that paid for us to get the pitch repaired. And then we got an injury with Callum O'Hare, so we missed one of our star players. He got injured. We then went into October, bottom of the league. And all we had was one striker. Matty Godden was injured. We had one striker with Victor Gyökeres. Young lad on the bench, Tavares was on the bench. So really, we only had one first team striker out there. And then after the World Cup break, our main defender got injured out in Spain. I was out there with him, and he got injured while he was out in Spain. So we lost our defender. One of our strikers came back. O'Hare came back. Then Boxing Day, O'Hare got an ACL injury, so we lost him again. Casey Palmer came back in the midfield. We lost Ben Sheaf, who's a massive key for us in midfield. He's a young lad. He's absolutely superb. He got injured, so we were very thin on the ground in midfield. Also at the back, we didn't have a right wing back, so Josh Eccles, who plays in centre mid, he went to right wing back. And then, we come back after the international break. Started off a little bit sticky, but then things started to move in the right direction. Carl McFadzean came back, and we started to keep a lot of clean sheets. The defence was coming back on course. We signed Luke McNally from Burnley on loan in the January. Callum Doyle, he's 18. He's really young, so he was trying to fill the boots of Carl McFadzean, who's 34, which is a real experienced head to fill the boots on. We've got Jonathan Panzo from Forest. He's a young lad as well in the centre back. So it was a very young back three after the World Cup break because of all the injuries. And then January suddenly changed everything. In January, it suddenly turned for us. Carl McFadzean came back. We got Casey Palmer back. Godden came back. And, we just started to pick up results. And having McFadzean back sort of steadied the ship at the back with young Luke McNally, Callum Doyle. He was calming it at the back, and then Ben Wilson was pulling off saves left, right, and centre. And he's got a 20 match clean sheet for Ben Wilson. It's a record for Coventry City, and he's in line for the Golden Glove actually. So it's fantastic. And who would have thought? We would have lost one in the last 16, and I think that's where it's come from. It's the run that we've had one defeat in 16 that's really pushed us forward, to be honest with you.
Obviously, before you go, Miles, I want you to predict these scores for us, if you don't mind. So you've got Middlesbrough versus Coventry first your game. What's your score prediction for that one?
Okay, so I've said it on ours the other night, and I'm just going to say it for the crack. I said it this morning as well. I'm just going to say it for the fun of it. I think Middlesbrough are going to go 3-1 up. And in the last 10 minutes, they're going to let us score 2 goals, not make it too obvious, and we're going to draw 3-3.
3-3? Wow. That is some score.
Hey, listen, it's a silly league. I don't care as long as we get a draw. It could be 0-0 all game. I don't give a damn. It could be 6-6. It could be 10-all. Who cares? We're just enjoying the season. It's been a fantastic season. If we do it, we do it. If we don't, we don't. And it's just been brilliant, Bradley. It really has. I mean, it's just absolutely fantastic. I mean, look at you guys. Your first season in the Championship, you're knocking on the door of the playoffs. I mean, that's just fantastic as well, isn't it? What an achievement that is. And Tony Mowbray's done a wonderful job for you. And I know everyone was moaning about him when he came, but he has done an absolute wonder job for you. And, it's just one of those. You've just got to go and enjoy the ride tomorrow. And, as I say, a bit nervous now, but I think when I wake up in the morning, I'll be fine. It's just the hanging around when you've been watching League One this afternoon and stuff, and you think who got relegated, who's coming up, and it's just crazy. It's just mad, and it's like I just don't like hanging around. We've had to wait 9 days to kick a ball. It's just madness, absolute madness that we're in this situation. So I'm going 3-3, mate. 3-3.
Okay.
Why not?
Talk about Sunderland, what you've just mentioned there. This is the next one, Preston versus Sunderland. So obviously, we've got hardly no experience Sunderland's got, but we've got all youngsters. Kind of apparently our youngest squad. Apparently, it's 22 and a half. The squad. So obviously you've got Amad Diallo on loan from Manchester United. You've got your Jack Clarke, who was on loan from Tottenham last season, who's come on a permanent deal this season, who's came in the summer. You've got Patrick Roberts from City for last season, who came on a permanent deal in the summer window as well. Also, you've got Daniel Ballard from Arsenal. You've got a good few loan players there who's came in on a permanent deal, who's actually been fantastic for us this season. You've got as well Anthony Patterson. He's came through the academy ranks to come as first choice keeper this season and last season. Absolutely brilliant. So what's your score predictions here, Miles? Just giving you a bit of a clue about Sunderland as well.
Well, I heard yours this morning, and to be honest with you, I can't stand Preston. I can't wait to get out of this league just to not go to Preston midweek for starters. Every time we play Preston, it's a Tuesday night. Takes us 6 hours to get home, and I had to go to Swansea all the time as well, and Cardiff. I'm sick to death of it. But I think it's going to be tough for you tomorrow. I mean, I know Preston and Blackburn don't get on, so are Preston going to throw you a lifeline and look after you tomorrow? But it's a tough place to go there. Deepdale's a real tough place to go.
Yeah.
I think, to be honest with you, I think that could be a draw tomorrow. I'm going 1-1 with you guys tomorrow.
1-1?
I just think it's tough. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough there. Yeah, 1-1 tomorrow, mate.
No problem. Next one, Swansea versus West Brom. And we got on to Jade in a minute as well. So, West Brom score from you, Miles?
Yeah, like I said this morning, Swansea, one of the best footballing sides we've played this season, home and away. We were 3-0 up at home, cruising. There's 2 points that we've dropped there that would cement us into the playoffs. We were 3-0 up, 20 minutes to go. They pulled it back to 3-3. Swansea are a very, very good passing team. They hold the ball well. They make every team run around off the ball, tire you out, try and get you late on in a game. And West Brom, fair play to them. They're still in there. They're fighting away. They're in a similar situation to us at the beginning of the season. They were bottom of the league. I remember when I think it was end of August, they were bottom of the league as well. Round about our time, we jumped out the bottom three, and they dropped into it in October. So. I'm going for another draw there. I'm going for a 1-1 again.
1-1 West Brom Swansea. Cool, no worries. And last one, the difficult one, Millwall versus Blackburn Rovers. This is just difficult. 5th versus 7th.
Have you got a Millwall fan on?
Not tonight, no. The Blackburn fans
in
here. So
okay, that's fine then. I'm going Blackburn on this one. I'm going 1-0 Blackburn. I know they need 50 goal swing to take above us. So I'm going Blackburn 1-0. I reckon Blackburn are going to win that tomorrow. There's something about it. Millwall are feeling a little bit nervy, I think. But I heard the Millwall fan this morning saying the new Den, if it's full, it's very intimidating. Even if it's half full, like when we went last year in the summer, beginning of the season. We were 2-0 up and we lost 3-2. So even when it's half full, they're very it's very intimidating grounds. But I think the way Birmingham beat Millwall, if Blackburn set up the way Birmingham beat Millwall, I think Blackburn could go and win 1-0.
Right, okay. Thank you for coming on, Miles, as always. We'll head over to our next guest now. Thank you very much for coming on. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Take care and watch what you're doing. Take care, mate. So next we have Jaden from West Brom. He is a West Brom fan. So good evening there, Jaden. Good evening.
Hey, Bradley, okay?
Good evening, Jaden, mate. Yeah, I'm brilliant. How are you?
I'm okay. Not too bad.
Good stuff. So obviously, you've got Swansea tomorrow, haven't you? At the Swansea.com City Stadium. So are you travelling down tomorrow to Swansea or?
No, unfortunately, I'm not travelling. I think the family's going out tomorrow. We're going to go to Breen, so unfortunately, not going to be travelling up there.
All right, okay. So obviously, you were nearly bottom of the table as well under is it Steve Bruce?
Steve Bruce was under at the time.
Yeah. And obviously, it was a change of managers during I think it was last season. This season, obviously, Carlos Cabragan come in. From Huddersfield. What do you think of him so far? Do you like him or?
Yeah, he's a quality manager. As I say, obviously he's very passionate about the club. Ever since he come in, I'm pretty sure there was 2 managers we was linked with. We was David Wagner and Carlos Corberán. And obviously David Wagner's not doing good at Norwich at the moment.
No.
So Carlos Corberán was a massive improvement for us. I think the sacking of Steve Bruce was a little too late, in my opinion. I think the results that he got was awful. I mean, at the start it was just draws, losses, and our away record was horrible. But as I say, I think obviously if the sacking of Steve Bruce was a lot earlier, then I think maybe, you know, we would have been up there, maybe like fourth, third. But, you know, obviously, as I say, I do like him every time. Obviously, he gets a win. I think the big one was against Luton when we was 2-0 down away, and we won 3-2. He was with the fans patting the badge and stuff like that. So he's a good prospect for the club, and I do hope he stays.
Okay, yeah. Obviously, the season so far, the statistics against Swansea, you've won 17 against them, you've drawn 12 and lost 15 against them. So, are you comfortable to go there tomorrow and get a win? Or?
I mean, it all depends, because like, when they came to us, they beat us 3-2. They did, and they played some good football. Russell Martin's got some. He's got some good tactics for that Swansea side. But, you know, as I say, I mean, obviously they've got nothing to play for now, so I am hoping they don't play their strongest team. But obviously, I presume Russell Martin, he loves a win, so I'm presuming he wants to keep that unbeaten record still. So tomorrow's game is going to be really hard for us. I mean, we've got a lot of injuries out. Daryl DK, Dean Garner, Dara O'Shea, our main centre back. So I mean, it's going to be a hard game. But hopefully, you never know, with the Championship, we can get that win, hopefully.
Yeah, cool, no worries. And before you go, could you predict these scores for us?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, no worries.
So, tomorrow, obviously, you've got Swansea versus West Brom. Your score prediction for that one, what's your thoughts?
When I spoke to Dirk earlier, I said it's going to be 1-0 to either side. I mean, Keith Stroud is the referee for tomorrow, and he's absolutely awful. So I did say on Twitter, we're gonna be 1-0 up, and then something's going to happen. All the results are going to go our way, and then Keith Stroud's just going to give a penalty in the 95th minute, and it's going to break our hearts. That's going to happen. Because I watched him against Rotherham versus, I think it was Cardiff, and he was absolutely awful. No, it was Middlesbrough, sorry, the recent game, and he was absolutely awful. So I presume, obviously, he'll be awful for, against us. But for score prediction, I'm sitting on the fence and going for a 1-0 win to West Brom.
1-0 West Brom, cool, no worries. Next one is Middlesbrough versus Coventry. What's your score for that one?
I like Coventry. Coventry's a good side. I mean, when I spoke to Dirk earlier, I mean, when Middlesbrough come to our place, we beat them comfortably 2-0, and I expected it to be a lot closer, with obviously the results going on. But as I say, I mean, Coventry are a good side. We beat them at our ground 1-0, and they beat us there at 1-0, and they play some good football. The loss of Callum O'Hare is quite big for him, to be honest. He's their best player. But for a score prediction, I'm going to go for Coventry 1-0. I think they'll make the playoffs, in my opinion.
1-0 Cov, no worries. Next one is Preston versus Sunderland. That's our team, obviously.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
Same again, when Sunderland come to our place, yes, they've got young players, but Jack Clark and Amand Diallo, they're really good players. When they watched against us, there was class, absolute class. To be honest, when we scored the first goal against you, I had the hope, and I don't know where that was a penalty, to be honest. I don't know if that was a penalty. That was from where I was, because I was at the game, from where my side, it did look it, but then when I watched the replay, I couldn't see.
No contact.
Yeah, but as I say, you might like this one, Bradley. I went for a 2-0 soft Sunderland win. I think their away record with Tony Mowbray, because he was with us in 2018, he was a great manager. So I think for me, yeah, I think you'll make the playoffs with Coventry. I think you deserve it, to be honest. I think you're a good side, and I hope Tony Mowbray gets it for you.
Cool, thank you very much indeed. And finally, Millwall versus Blackburn. What's your score for that one?
Same again. I don't really like Millwall, to be honest. I'm not really a fan of Millwall. I think when they come to us to play boring football, And yeah, I like Blackburn. Blackburn a good side. Same again when they come to our place, the drawed 1-1. But I said to Dirk in a prediction that Blackburn win 4-0. But if it's going to be a realistic prediction, I'm sitting on the fence and going for the Championship favourite 1-1.
1-1 draw.
Yeah,
that'll
1-1
be
draw.
good. If that happens,
1-1
that'll be a brilliant result for us.
I still expect. I personally, I think that if that's the way it goes, and I'm pretty sure you'd finish sixth, wouldn't you? I'm pretty sure you'd be sixth.
We'll finish sixth in the playoffs.
Yeah. So I think, as I say, I think the final will be Sunderland Borough. That's what I'd do. That'll be a cracker.
Nice. Hopefully we'll win that one. Hopefully we'll win that.
I mean, as I say, I mean, when you come to our place, you're a great team. I couldn't fault you. I mean, when we played against you lot, I think when we won 2-1, when the ball did go out, when Jed Wallace whipped that ball into Daryl DK, that ball went out. But as I say, I mean, it's a little too late for us, to be honest. I think we'll just have to reconnect for next season. I mean, hopefully, if it does happen and we somehow get into the playoffs, I still don't think we'll get up, in my opinion. I think it's a rebuild for Carlos Gorbran, in my opinion. And then we go again next season.
Yeah. Obviously, the last time I think was a double promotion when Sheffield United took it from League One.
Yeah.
2016, and they up to the Championship and after it.
Yeah.
It was quite class myself. Read through the comments now. Walla says, up the baggies.
I know Walla. He's a good lad.
You've got Ari Brad from Acacia. Yeah, not too bad. Thank you, Acacia. We've got Lauren Kenny not ready to say bye to Ahmad. Yeah. And we've got I am not ready to say bye to Ahmad at all. Says Acacia. So you got a YouTube channel?
Yeah, I've got a YouTube channel. It's just Kaiser, KYZAA.
Right, okay, mate. If I message you after, I'll subscribe to you.
That's fine, no worries, Pop.
Right, no worries. You can subscribe to me as well if you want to.
Yeah, I will, mate. Don't worry, I will.
No problem.
Right,
thank you for coming on, mate. I appreciate it. Take care, man. Take care. Bye. So next we'll have Alex from Blackburn Rover City. So welcome aboard, Alex, to this channel. Welcome.
Hi.
Welcome,
Hello.
Alex. Good evening.
Hello, Bradley.
Good evening. Obviously you're a Blackburn Rovers fan. From Blackburn Rover Seasons. Good evening.
Yep.
So obviously Blackburn has haven't been in good form recently. Obviously they've drawn the last couple of games and lost a few games as well. Obviously lost to Sheffield United in the semi-finals as well. You could have easily won that semi-final, to be honest.
I know, that was heartbreaking.
It was indeed.
Dramatic. Yeah. It was dramatic how we lost as well. So, yeah. But, you know, it was a wonder goal. It was a wonder goal from their player, Doyle. So, these things happen.
Yeah. And obviously your manager now is John Dahl Thomason, isn't it? Your manager.
Yes.
So how's he been for you this season? Has he been all right, or has he been hit and miss?
I think he's done a good job. I think with the squad he's got, it's pretty much a squad he's inherited. He hasn't brought his players in. He hasn't had I don't know the reasons behind that exactly, but that hasn't happened yet. I'm hoping that it will happen before next season, that he gets some players in that he knows well, and he can get the best from them.
Yeah, obviously he managed Denmark's team as well from 19. No, he didn't. He played for Denmark from 1997.
He was involved with the Denmark squad. I'm sure he was a coach
he was an assistant. Assistant
manager. So,
Mm-hmm.
But he's a winner. He's won back-to-back league titles in Sweden with Malmo.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's proven himself. He's proven himself abroad. And I think for a debut season in the Championship, I think he's done very well.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to implement his style. He likes them to play out from the back, which can be nerve-wracking, very nerve-wracking at times. But it's great when it works, and I can see what he's trying to do, but he hasn't quite got the players. He hasn't quite got the personnel to make it happen. So we need some new players in key positions, and I think we're a work in progress. I think at the start of the season, none of us thought we'd be anywhere near the mix for playoffs. We thought mid-table mediocrity, really. So, on that score, I think he's overachieved. So it is disappointing the way we've fallen away, because we were looking quite a sure bet for the playoffs, but in recent times, the results, we just haven't been able to get a win. The goals are dried up. That's the problem.
So Millwall versus Blackburn match facts. Apparently, Blackburn has just won only one of the last 7 league visits to Millwall as well. This century 1-3, drawn 3, with last season's meeting ending a 1-1 draw. Millwall have won one of the last 14 league games against Blackburn Rovers as well, so that's quite terrible form for Millwall as well.
It's probably got draw written all over it.
Obviously next season, what you wanting to recruit really? Are you wanting to bring some players in from different clubs, like from Premier League, like loan players and stuff like that, or are you wanting to bring kind of the tournaments in? What are you thinking?
Good quality loan players from the Premier League can work. I think the fan base have been quite critical of Morton, but for a player of his age, I think he's done very well, Morton. So I think that can work, but I think the players around, we need more strength in depth. I think we need, if you're going to have young loan players, I think you need also to have some experience, so you need championship know-how, and I think that's where we're lacking. I think if you're bringing in young players, great, but also bring in championship players that know what they're doing, because it's the mentality as well. It's the know-how to see a game out, and and we haven't been really good at that. Even some of our more experienced players haven't been very good at that. So I'm hoping they wise up, with in terms of game management. I think they need to do some training on game management, because we've been winning games and then we've ended up drawing it, as you know. We've thrown points away. So it's been frustrating, and I think we need experienced players with know-how. I think that's the key factor for me, to move things forward.
Yeah. And before you go, would you predict these score predictions for us like other people has?
Sure, love to.
No problem.
I'll do my best.
Our first one, what, I'm going to throw it straight at you. There you go. Millwall versus Blackburn Rovers. I'm going to throw yours straight at you. So there you go. What are you thinking?
Unfortunately, I can't make it there tomorrow, but I can't be confident about Rovers winning, because obviously they haven't been winning for weeks and weeks and weeks. So 7 odd games, isn't it? So it's my heart says a Rovers victory, but we haven't been scoring, so it would be 1-0. Probably that's my heart, but my head probably says a draw. But so I'm a little bit torn on that one. I'm gonna go for a Rovers victory, but just by the one, just a 1-0 Blackburn Rovers win.
Okay, next one, Swansea versus West Brom. What's your thoughts on that one?
Swansea West Brom. Well, Swansea do play very good football, but they're not always the most clinical from what I remember from when we played them. Yeah. Tough one. Yeah, I'll probably go for a draw in that one. Probably a 2-2.
2-2 draw. Okay.
Yeah.
Next one, Middlesbrough versus Coventry. What's your score there?
Middlesbrough, Coventry. Well, Coventry have been doing very well, as have Middlesbrough. But I think Coventry seem to be a little bit more in the ascendancy right now. Tough one, but it is away, so I see that one being interesting as well. Probably go for a. I'll probably go for a 1-1 on that one.
1-1.
Yeah.
And next one, last one's Preston versus Sunderland. So obviously Sunderland's our team. So yeah.
Yeah. As a Blackburn Rovers fan, never want Sunderland. Never want Preston to do well. I'm happy for Sunderland to do well because I am a fan of Tony Mowbray. He did brilliantly for us, and I'm happy for him. And I'm happy for Sunderland. You've had a great season, and fair play to you for the position you're in. And it pains me, but I'll go for a Sunderland. It pains me because of our situation, but I'll be happy for Tony Mowbray. I'd like to see him do it. That would be a consolation for me. Some kind of consolation. So I'll go for a Sunderland 2-1 for Sunderland.
2-1 for Sunderland. Very good. Very good. Have you got a YouTube channel by any chance, Alex?
Not me myself, no, but I'm part of Dirk's Roverseas channel. So
right, no problem. If you know any fans from Blackburn, tell them to subscribe as well, and I'll subscribe to them as well. So we'll see if I can get them on next season if we're in the same league next season again.
Will do, Bradley. Yes.
No problem.
Thank you.
No
Cheers.
problem. Take care. Thanks for coming on. Look after yourself.
You too. Cheers. All the best for tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you. All the best to you as well.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Right. The next one who we're going to have on is the last one, and he's a member of our channel. Put your hands together for Paul Wilson, everybody.
Hello.
Good evening, Paul. All right.
Yeah, you, mate?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. So 2 seconds. So, obviously, Sunderland are in 7th place on 66 points at this moment in stage. Obviously, got Preston.
And speaking of yourself, I'll get you back.
Lots of live chat comments tonight. You've got Anthony Mackham going here. Good evening, Anthony. All right. We've got Blackburn far away from the day. They got their first draw. Exactly. Liam Keatley says, not going to lie, I bet it was hard to watch Burnley win at Blackburn. I thought you could have at least got a point. All right, Amph says Acacia. Reed says Amph. We've got SEU. We've got final game of the season. It could be anything, says Amph. I still can't get over your funny voices, Amph. You do, Kirk, Donald Duck. So many players having their final games at clubs. Amph says, oh, not this dude.
I'll get him.
And we've got Amph with a eye face. So,
with a wink.
With a wink.
He's winking.
He's winking.
I kiss you.
So, Paul, obviously, we're sitting in 7th, sitting in the driving seat at the moment, trying to get into the playoff zone. So, are you happy with this club this season, Paul, for Sunderland? Are you happy from your point of view?
I am, actually. You know, like I said on Rovers Overseas earlier, I didn't even expect us to actually be where we are, to be honest. But I'm actually over the moon the way the season has been. Is going, I should say.
Yeah. And obviously, what we're going to do is in a bit, we're going to do the score predictions like I've done with other people. You can tell me your score predictions one by one. And obviously, before we turn off, you've subscribed to us, Paul, and obviously everyone's subscribed to us from our side. So, if it was obviously Jack Larkin, Ahmad Diallo, and Patrick Roberts, all them good force players for Strike Force, and Gelhardt as well, don't forget him. Who are you thinking will score tomorrow, Paul, for Sunderland?
I actually think Diallo will score tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. I didn't even see him in training today. I didn't even see him. When I watched him on YouTube, I didn't even see him.
Oh, he'd be there. He'll be there.
He'll be there. Definitely. He'll be down there. So what we're going to do is, before we go off, we're going to do the score predictions like we did with Alex and with Jacob and that what do you call them, from Miles. From Coventry. So the first one we're going to do, actually, we'll do this one first. Preston versus
I knew this one was coming.
I
knew this one was coming.
So, nervous wreck tomorrow, won't we, Paul? Nervous wrecks tomorrow, both of us.
Oh, trust me, when Sean picks him up at 8, I will be nervous.
Crapping yourself, basically.
As soon as I see the side Preston, that's when my nerves will start.
So what you thinking here then, Paul? What's your score prediction for tomorrow? What are you thinking?
I'm thinking it's 3-0.
Yeah, you predicted 3-0 earlier, didn't you, on Dirk's channel?
Yeah, in case you're just copying me in the chat.
I'm saying the same as Paul, 3-0 Sunderland. I'm setting off at Sheffield at 10 p.m, so I should be in Preston for 12 p.m, 12:30 p.m, Paul. No problem.
So no worries, in
case you say it's 3-0, you know what? Let's go for the triple. We'll go 3-0 as well. Fuck it.
Brat.
Yeah. I'm not a good influencer myself, am I? Next one.
I'll take the credit if we win 3-0. I'll take it.
Yeah, sorry, Paul, by the way, as well. So, Middlesbrough versus Coventry, Paul. What's your score prediction there for tomorrow? If everything needs to go
I actually want Middlesbrough to do us a favour. Sorry, Miles, if you're all listening, but I actually want Middlesbrough to actually do us a favour tomorrow. I'm going to go 2-1 Middlesbrough.
2-1 to Borough. Very good. I know you predicted earlier as well, I can remember. Next one.
I bet you see the same and all.
I'll say 1-0 Middlesbrough. Millwall Blackburn, Paul.
I know Jacob actually laughed at my scoreline earlier because I actually said Blackburn would win. And he was like, well, we kind of score goals. I was like, it's got to happen at some point.
Mm.
But yes, since Blackburn's actually rivals with Preston, I'm going to need Millwall to actually lose.
You could even say a draw, couldn't you?
Yeah, I'll take that for a draw.
Easy picking to get a draw. Yeah, right. What you thinking? 1-1.
Yeah, I'll go for 1-1.
And final game: Swansea versus West Brom. What's your score prediction there?
For this one, actually, on Rovers Overseas, I actually said to Russell, for Russell Morton to actually beat West Brom.
2-0, didn't you? You said.
Yeah, I did actually.
Mm-hmm. So what's your score on here then?
Yeah, I'll stick with it. 2-0 Swansea.
Stick with 2-0, no problem, Paul. So,
What about you?
Oh, what about me? You know what? Millwall versus Blackburn, I'll say 2-1 Blackburn. Obviously Swansea versus West Brom, I'll say 2-1 2-1 Blackburn, 2-1 Swansea. Bloody hell. So, thank you for coming on, Paul. I do appreciate it.
That's all right.
Look after yourself. Take care.
Yeah, you as well.
Take care, mate. So, that was Paul from SEFC Fans. So, that was from RWA Productions, our channel. So, everyone, watch what you're doing, and we'll catch us on the next stream, which will be on tomorrow night, which is the match day review of Sunderland versus Preston. Are we going in the playoffs tomorrow? I wonder. Because there'll be a few cheery faces if we are in the playoffs, and even if we're not in the playoffs, it's been an incredible season for us under Toby Mowbray. I'm not going to lie. Sitting 7th in this league. You've just come up from League One, for God's sakes. You've just come up from League One. What more do you want? Basically, I would take mid-table. I would have took mid-table straight away. But, 7th in League One, 7th in Championship, yeah, you can't grumble. If you win tomorrow, you're up there. Obviously, if all teams go our way. So, yeah, stay safe, guys. Take care. Watch what he's doing. God go with you. See you tomorrow. And here's a little fan cam video for you as well before we go.
Sunderland 2, Middlesbrough 0. Goals from Ahmad and Ross Stewart. And now we're going to try and get some fans to get their reactions on the game.
Right, I'm with Dave, the Riv.
Yeah.
Dave, what do you reckon of the game today?
It was a good game. I'm buzzing and nothing. I'm on the high. And Tony Mowbray has had his Java cakes that he's been eating. He's had a pint of drink. He's been on high. I had a good game. Again, we need to keep it up. We need to keep on winning and that. And I'm singing. Ross Stewart scored and singing scored and all that. Yeah, that's a good game.
Were you singing in the stadium then?
Yeah. Tony Mowbray is having his Java cakes. Yeah, get the way on.
So who's your favourite player today then? Who stood out for you?
Ross Stewart. I like Ross Stewart. Oh, heaven is a place on earth. Ross Stewart is a place on earth.
So Ross Stewart's the place on earth, you heard it here. So Dave, do you reckon that was the best result coming back from Swansea?
We'll keep it up. We'll go Fulham next week. Fulham in the FA Cup next week. We've got to beat them. I'm concentrating on the league and the cup.
Are you going down or are you watching at home?
Watching it on the telly.
Watching on the telly, aye. Are you going to be singing at home then, cheering the lads on?
I'll be singing Tony Mowbray having his Java cakes.
Aye. All right then, okay.
Is Sean up there?
No, but I think it is, okay. Have a good one, okay. See you later, pal.
Sean up there?